Happy Sunday to you. We're here for another week of connection and renewal for our souls. Thank you so much for being here. I am Isla, your host, and welcome back to Renew Your Soul. In honor of it being Sunday and truly just the best day for renewal of mind, body, and soul, I'm going to invite you to place your hand over your heart and close your eyes. What is it your soul needs today? You know the answer. Now we all just have to find the time and space to connect to whatever that is today. I was thinking a lot about experiences this week and the value that adventure and joy brings to us each and every day. Let me explain what I mean. If we were to live with no sense of joy, can you imagine how dull life would be? Maybe it would be living the same day every day, not knowing what life is like outside our four walls. We have experienced that with the pandemic. Or maybe you wouldn't be able to go to brunch with your girlfriends or take that hot yoga class you love or walk your dog, take a ride in your car, go to the beach, hike, all of that. And joy means something different for each of us. We all seek different experiences that bring light into our life, and there's value in connecting to our joy as much as possible. For example, like if you're having a rough day or you're just not in the mood to leave your house or even see other people, something as simple as even getting a coffee, reading your favorite book or a new book you're reading, going to the gym, calling a friend, all of those are experiences we create so that we have a connection to joy. And I bring this up because I've been really doing my best in creating soul experiences and basically doing things I love. And that is the goal, right? We can't always get it done, but that is the goal. And I was putting together a short list of talking points for today on a notepad. And even though it was gloomy outside, I decided to do it outside. For the most part during the week, as a lot of us are, I'm on my computer a lot during the week, and I just wanted to feel like fresh air. I didn't want to be connected to my desk or just like the inside of my house. And so I did it outside, and that brought me joy. Connecting to joy also doesn't mean that it has to look perfect or picturesque or for the pleasure of anyone else. As long as it's authentic to you, that's all that matters. So all of this being said, why is this important? I'm just inviting us to talk about how we can create soul experiences. And I want to say, I'm not making myself seem like this is all I do or that I'm good at it or that I'm perfect at this, but creating soul experiences is simply another way to renew our souls. I've talked quite a bit about artist dates in the past, or I'm pretty sure I have on here. It's a concept that comes from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. We are all artists. No matter what you do, you have a connection to your own creativity, and you have an art, or you are an art if that's the way that you see it. And artist dates are a time of the week where you create space to try something new and connect to an activity that can help you connect to creativity. Ideally, this is done alone and not with anyone else, not a friend, a family member, a significant other. Another way people usually call them too is like a solo date out in the world. But the difference here is that you hopefully can do an activity or take part in something new that inspires you, that will allow you to connect to creativity in some way or another. Some examples of these are like museum dates, finding a new restaurant in your city, taking a solo date, maybe like an hour away from you, all of those beautiful things, going on a hike. And spending time alone is so important. And it's helped me so much. I am so grateful for it. Solitude creates empathy. It increases how productive we are. It inspires creativity. It builds mental strength. And personally, for me, it helps me with my anxiety. When we take time for ourselves, we are supporting our mental, emotional, and physical health. I saw on social this week, like on a psychology page I follow, that walking 2 hours a week can help your hippocampus Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's a part of the brain closely related to memory and learning, and it gets bigger with regular exercise. How insane is that? These things aren't made up. I know to some people, self help books are so cheesy for them, they don't want to talk or read about it. And we're all entitled to our own opinion, so I totally understand. But these things that we do are in support of ourselves, and it ultimately changes the course of our lives. In my opinion, it's so magical, and this is why I love just learning about it. And all of this goes back to how can we create soul experiences? It's whatever your soul needs. It's taking time for you, taking time to do things that inspire you and allow you to connect to fulfillment and joy and connection. And it sounds simple, right? But sometimes it's not. It's actually not easy to do this like on a weekly basis when you have other things to worry about. You have your mental health to worry about, maybe your family, some family things are going on. Then you have your career, job that you're doing on like a daily basis. Then you have all of your activities and hobbies that you have to be a part of, and then still making time for a connection with friends and like family and all of that. It takes a lot of time to carve out time in our days to not live on autopilot and not live in complacement. It makes me emotional sometimes because we really also at the same time need to be easier on ourselves. You know, the constant chatter and noise that comes with like living a human life is unbelievable at times. And this is where soul connection can be so good for us. A few things that might help us to create soul experiences. I'm going to start off with honoring where you are. And I know that I mentioned this on last week's mental health advocacy episode, but it's important honestly in everything, in anything that you're starting to take part in something new or just like enhance something. It's like you have to honor where you are. And we all come with our own stories, our own journeys, our own interests, our own struggles. No one is living a picture perfect life. And that's just a fact. It might look like that way from the outside, but we all deal with our own personal struggles. And I don't remember this all the time. But when I do, this helps me, like the realization of this, the reminder helps me so much. I'm going to say the next one is expressing yourself in whatever that might look like in your daily life. Maybe you want to express yourself with your sense of style or your interests, your passions, your hobbies, your dreams. You are a soul having an experience on this planet, and hiding is just not an answer anymore. You know, it's being who you want to be, however you want to do that. The people around you should honor and embrace you, and if they don't, that's on them. Expressing yourself is honoring the magic within you, and the light that you have needs to be seen. Another way we can start creating soulful experiences in our lives, I'm going to say these are all related in some way. Getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new, and accepting change. I think they're all related. I am a person who loves habits and routines. I love to know what I want to do the next day. I usually have some idea in the morning of what my day will look like, and maybe I will write it down. It doesn't always happen, but maybe on a good day, I write it down in my little journal and I keep track of what I'm doing. That is like, being conscious of what your habits are. Habits like working out, journaling, getting a nature walk in, mindfulness, meditation, all of those things, whatever your habits, your routines are, whatever that looks like for you. But I also really love, and I have been accepting change in a simple, ordinary week. How can I make my week not so ordinary? What can I do to connect me to my soul, to have a soulful experience? And the way that I have found connection to that is by doing new things and accepting change. And that can mean setting up a coffee date with someone you have seen on social that you've never met, just because maybe you have similar interests and you want to have a new connection outside of your normal friend group. or going to an event that you find online and getting a ticket, even if no one else wants to go with you. These are all experiences that we can create for ourselves to take us out of our comfort zone and in return give us a new experience. And we all know what that means, to get ourselves out of our comfort zone, and also with that has to, and with getting out of our comfort zone, we are accepting change in some way, because it's not going to look the same. It's not going to look like your usual day, your usual week, your usual routine if you go do something new. And there's an element of change there. Creating soulful experiences has honestly been a personal goal of mine the last couple years, more so the last year. And it's what you're seeing so much on social media right now, the concept of romanticizing your life. There's so much content of this online. I'm sure you have already seen maybe even 5 videos of this morning. I love it and I'm here for it. And I want to share why. I love to see people being the best version of themselves. And I can understand that these beautiful videos of these wonderful coffee shops and explorations in different countries and traveling and all of these beautiful videos are just a version for social media, but it's a part of them that they connected to at some point, and that is just really cool. These experiences are meant to inspire others that it's possible for them. With social media, we see, how many videos do you see a day? How many posts do you see a day of people sharing their light? And this comes with its pros and cons, because it inspires you to know that it's possible for you too. And on the other end of it, it starts, maybe sometimes you start comparing yourself to what they're doing and what they have. But the wonderful thing with this, in my opinion, is these videos of like romanticize your life, be the best version of yourself. It in some way is letting you be like a higher version of yourself. It's allowing you to connect to your light in some way. And I will say that daily little tasks can be a soulful experience. Tasks or simple things like making a coffee, cleaning up our spaces, organizing our bookshelves, reading outside in a small backyard, buying new pens, making a fresh meal, taking time to work out, going for a walk, and even working remote. That has been a huge one the last couple of, 2 years now? And again, with all of these experiences, these don't have to be pretty, picturesque, or for anyone else. They just have to feel authentic and true to what you are seeking. Is this bringing joy to me? This is a great question to ask when wanting to know if this new thing that you tried, or this new activity or new hobby or new part of your routine is maybe not working for you. Is this bringing joy? Is this bringing me fulfillment? Is this connecting me to my soul? Is this allowing me to be more positive? All of these questions that allow you to reflect are a great way to, in return, see if that is something that's working or not working for you. And with all of this being said, I would love to hear any new soulful experiences that you have taken part in that have absolutely worked for you. It could be on your own, or if you did them with others, like some family members or friends. I would love to hear what are some of these soulful experiences, so I can also maybe try some of these out. We have to make time in our days to do this. Creating soulful experiences can be something that you only have time for maybe once a week. Maybe you are wanting to spend more time. And like I said, the concept of artist dates and solo dates, that is ideally something that you do once a week, where you try something new. Like you try maybe going to a new park, you try taking a class of some sort that's different from your normal routine, you go to a museum, stuff like that. On the other end, creating soulful experiences in our daily life is so possible. All we have to do is find out like what is working for us and what is not working for us. You might find joy in working out late at night before you go to sleep, so that you can have a much more rested state of mind and body. And maybe you're doing it in the morning and that is just not working for you. All of these little things that when we reflect on our days, our weeks, our months, are we seeing overall joy, overall contentment, fulfillment, and purpose and love in these routines, habits, and I would also say they're experiences for us because we all have them. We all take the time to create an experience each day by going to some sort of job and then coming back home and, finding a flow of either meeting up with friends and doing things on your own. All of these are experiences that we create. The time has to be a part of this. Carve it out in your journal, in your planner, on your phone, and make the promise to yourself that you will take the time to create a soulful experience, whatever that looks like for you. I'd love to hear about any recent soulful experiences you might have had, major connections, major enlightenment. It can be anything, literally anything. Send me a DM. I'd love to hear all about it. I personally am wanting to get more out of my comfort zone. I tend to do experiences or carve out stuff that's within the spiritual space, I guess you could call it. And yeah, I definitely need to expand my horizons. Thank you for being here today. Soulful experiences. What do they mean to you? How are you carving out time for them? Are you carving out time? And are you seeking out things that are bringing you joy? And are you possibly needing to either get out of your comfort zone a little bit or try some new things? I'm actually really excited because this upcoming weekend I am connecting to joy the best way that I know how. I'm going on a creative retreat with a few people from my writing program. We're heading to Baja for a few days. I'm so excited. I'll have to share all about it. I'll definitely have a few learnings to share very soon after my trip. I'm sending you so much love. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It lets me know and the platforms know that you would love to continue seeing more of Renew Your Soul. Let me know how you liked today's episode. You can also follow along on Instagram at Sesiones. I hope beautiful things happen to you this week. I'll talk to you soon.